Hello and welcome to the detailed video of operational excellence. As I mentioned in my previous video on business transformation, that this is the philosophy of GJ Management Consultants, that we often release the teasers first in form of the YouTube shorts, and then we create a detailed video in which we explain the concepts in detail, so that it give a clear direction and clear understanding on the subjected topic. Today we are going to cover the major and one of the critical aspect of business, which is the operational excellence. Because without operation, any execution will not able to succeed. So operations are the backbone of every successful business, and if we do not have a well synchronized, well organized, and well transformed operation, then definitely it will lead to chaos, and it would create a situation wherein we are in a position wherein we could not able to fulfill the demand of the customers, and we end up making harm to the business itself, and our business will suffer if we do not have the strong operations. Operations are the backbone for the business, and we need to be conscious of the fact that we should be transforming our operations with the latest tools and technologies, and make sure that it should align with the market dynamics. So with this, let's just start the session then. Okay, let us quickly look at some of the aspect that what will happen if we do not have a strong operations. And the harsh reality is that most business struggle operationally if they do not have the strong operations, if they do not have the strong synchronized operations which is being required to run the business. If that is not there, then definitely business is going to struggle. So let's just try to unveil and figure out what are some of the critical factors that needs to be considered to make your operation successful. Okay, strategy and technology often fails without robust operations. So as I mentioned that operations are the backbone of the business. So if at all it's so happen that we do not have strong operations, what will be the impact? It means that that whatever goal and settings that we have created for the organization, that we are not going to achieve, because at the end of the day the objective of the organization is to achieve and maximize the revenue, and to maximize the revenue they need customers. To make the delivery of the goods to the customer, we require operation. So if operations are not there, if synchronized operations are not there, and if my operation is not backed by the robust technology, then obviously we are not going to succeed. So we need to have the robust operations if we want to make sure that our strategy succeeds. Moving ahead, uh, if we do not have the strong operations, what will happen? Process breakdown leads to inefficiency in the financial losses. Because if we have a strong operations, which means that all processes are synchronized, each process knows what to do and what when to do, and they work hand in hand. But if at all the processes are not synchronized, and if it not have strong operations, which means that our processes are getting breakdown, the output of one department, which ideally would have been the input of the other, is not going to happen. Which means that somebody has created an output, but it is not getting consumed by the other department. So which means that the inefficiency is there, and it leads to the financial losses, and definitely it has the overall impact on the business growth. Teams spend more time firefighting than improving, and any kind of the operation which is not synchronized, which is not well defined, it will have this kind of the symptoms. Teams spend their time firefighting, pinpointing, and raising finger at each other that this can be done by you, this needs to be done by your team. All this happen because the operations are not well defined, and if this happens, then it is a loss to the business, loss to the efforts which entrepreneur is putting up into the business, and loss of the faith, because the customers ultimately is going to get suffer, and if customer is going to get suffer, it is a loss of the trust to the business as well. Data silos prevent informed decision making. Any kind of operations, if it is not being driven through technology, and if it is driven with the fact that people are just making sure that whatever they do that resides with them, then it is a creating of silos for them. And if that happens, it means that data is not flowing to enable the organization to take the decision. and this will create a chaos and confusion as well, and definitely it has the long and negative lasting impact on the business. So let's move ahead and see what can be done to make this to change this kind of environment. What can be done to come up with these kind of issues. Okay. So in previous slide, we talked about some of the key attributes of the non-synchronized operation, and we said that what can be done to get the better operation. So in this slide, we'll try to explain that what operational excellence truly means, or what can be considered as the true operational excellence. So let's try to look at these pointers. Seamless alignment between strategy, process, people, and technology. Okay, we know that to be successful in a business, I mean, all functions needs to work hand in hand, right? Starting from the fact that the organization, entrepreneurs team, the highest leadership team has created a strategy, and then that strategy needs to have a proper execution plan, and that execution plans would be definitely having a role of the process, role of the people, and role of technology. If at all we want to make sure that we should deliver the best in class product or services to customer, then all these different segments of business needs to work hand in hand, and that's what is called a true operational excellence. When all resources of the organization know what to do, when to do, how the input of one is in output of one is going to be the input of others. So pure synchronization, seamless movement, so which means that everyone knows their duties, and that would definitely result into the positive impact on the business, because the customers will be satisfied because they get the product well in time, and they are satisfied because their queries are getting addressed in the well defined manner in the shortest possible time. So yes, seamless alignment between strategy, people, process, and technology is one of the key attribute of a successful operations. Moving ahead, decisions are data driven, not assumption based. So in the previous slide, we said that data resides in silos. Now, to be successful, we need to have operations in which data is driven through a database and not assumption based. Everything is available in a proper database, and decision can be taken basis the insights of the data. So information is available at any person at any point in time, depending on their role and persona in the organization, and then they can consume that information to take the informed decision. Because the same data is available to multiple set of the people, they can consume and interpret data. This is their own persona, and then take the informed decisions accordingly. Process flows smoothly from customer demand to delivery. So this is what would be the final benefit. Because if everything is synchronized, then definitely customer is going to be happy. Because at the end of the day, what customer demand? Customer demand proper product, and then if they bought their product or services, they want the kind of the support, back end support, or let's say after sales support, which normally customers want. And if that is being given to customer, definitely customer is going to stay with you. So continuity of the customer is definitely one of the greatest advantage if we have the seamless operations. And then continuous improvement becomes part of the culture, because as I mentioned that we are working in a changing environment. Environment is changing every day, and hence our processes needs to get improved basis the new technology, new change, new regulatory method, new changes in the tax laws. So all this has to be adopted in a very quick pace to make sure that we should have the continuous improvement in the process, and our processes are getting amended and changed basis the changes that are having in the business scenarios. So I think these are some of the critical factors, critical attributes of a operational success, operational excellence to be successful, operations to be successful. Now let us look at some of the reasons, or let's say understand what would be the cost of poor operation. If let's say all these good attributes of operational excellence is not there, what would be the cost of poor operation? So let's just go to the next slide and evaluate some of the cost of the poor operations. Okay, let's quickly have a look on some of the cost of weak operations. When I say cost of weak operation means that what does that it cost to business? Okay, so first, delay, errors, and rework. This is bound to happen because if we do not have a consistent consistency in the operation, this is an outcome. This is bound to happen because People are not clear what they have to do, and there would definitely be delays, errors, and reworks. So this is common. A weak operation will definitely have these kind of cost associated to the business. Customer dissatisfaction in check. See why we are in the business. We are in the business because we have customers with us, and if customers exit and they churn because they are not satisfied with the kind of the services which they want, then definitely the business is going to get shut down very soon. So this is one of the biggest cost of poor operations, that business itself is going to get shut down because customers are going to get churned. So we need to take a corrective action very soon to make that to make sure that we should be in the business, and we should able to deliver the product to the best in class and to the satisfaction of the customer. Rising operational cost and wastage, another cost of the poor operational excellence. So we need to have all those rising costs, and this is going to increase our cost of operations, and which will have direct impact on our EBITDA and the profit before taxes as well. Obviously, poor operations will not have the clear accountability and the roadmap. People are not clear what they have to do, when they have to do, when they have to react, what they have to do. So there is complete mess. Nobody is clear on the accountability and the authority, and everyone tries to be the master of their own work. And at the end of the day, the suffering is for the business. Entrepreneur is going to get suffer because at the end of the day, it's a loss of the customer and ultimate loss of the profit as well. So with this, let's just quickly also find out what are some of the key advantages or benefits of the strong operations. So we'll talk about that in the coming slide. Okay, so let's just quickly have a look and see what are the key advantages of strong and powerful operational excellence. Speed, scalability, and consistency. So if you compare them with the four cost that we showcased in the last slide, this is a reciprocal or opposite to it. So we said there is a rework. We are now saying that speed, scalability, and consistency. No rework because people are exactly clear. Processes are synchronized. They know what they have to do. They are getting the information well within time. They know their process. They execute their process, and that's it. So which means that everyone is clear on their roles and responsibilities. They know what to do, and hence it is a seamless operation and definitely direct impact upon the customer as well. Predictable performance level outcome. This is one of the greatest advantages because see, we have a process, we have set of the procedures that we need to do to make our process successful, and we are following that same set of processes. We can also do some prediction basis the artificial intelligence. Okay, now if I have received a customer order and that customer order needs to be, let's say, delivered in 10 days of time, then if our processes are synchronized, we can predict that if we have received the customer order on day 0, what will be the by when we could able to deliver it basis the information that we have with us. So predictability become easy. Prediction for the current as well as the future basis of the data will become very easy because we have standard set of the information being made available to us to take the informed decisions. Empower team with process clarity. This is going to happen. See, teams are empowered because they know their boundaries, they know their limits. So they know when to say no, they know when they have to do. So clear articulation responsibilities there, clear accountability is there, and people are absolutely clear that what is their role in the entire value chain of the process. And then enhance customer trust and business reputation. So obviously, it's just reciprocal of the poor operations. So if all the ingredients of the poor operation, or let's say if poor operations are done away, then these are the some of the key advantages that will accrue to the organization by ensuring the proper operations excellence. So I think with this we are clear. Now let us quickly have a look at the ways of working at the GJ. So let's just quickly have a look at the GJ philosophy to make the operation excellence a kind of real backbone for the organization. So let's move to the next slide. Okay. Now let us look at the GJ core philosophy, because what we are saying that operation excellence is not optional, it's foundational. I mean, this is the minimum that a business is require to run their business smoothly and to deliver the final product to the customer. So what we are then saying, at GJ, we view operations as the engine of transformation. This is not something which is in silo. It has to work hand in hand, and we know that without a proper operations, without the operations excellence, you cannot able to achieve the transformation. Because at the end of the day, your transformation is futile, a waste if you do not have a strong operations. Excellence comes from structure, discipline, and clarity. This is our philosophy. We believe that if you have proper structure in place and then that structure is being guided by the proper discipline, everyone is clear on what they have to do, clarity is there, then definitely you are going to have the successful operations, and that successful operation will definitely have a direct impact on your business, both in terms of customer retention as well as increasing your profitability. And lastly, every process is mapped, measured, optimized for value creation. Because we believe that in a value chain, if you have a value chain, each process has a value to add. And if that value has to be depicted properly so that people are empowered, people can boast themselves that this is what they're adding to the entire value chain. And people feel empowered when they know that what is it that they are doing so that they are adding value to the business as a whole. So proper clarity, every process is met, people are clear, empowered, and then definitely it will have the proper value creation for the organization. So with this, let's quickly move to the next slide and look at the framework with GJ management consultant normally adopt to make this happen. Okay. Now let's quickly have a look at the framework which is being adopted by GJ to create the perfect operational excellence model. So we do a proper diagnostics, identify the inefficiencies and bottlenecks by looking at the process. We create the proper value chain, value maps to try to figure out the inefficiency. And once that is being done, we'll do the next step. We redefine the process. Redefine the KPIs, governance model, so that everyone knows that what is their roles and responsibility. We digitize and integrate the automations, automate the analytics speed. So make sure that the processes to the best which can be automated with the latest and greatest technology. We try to implement again, considering at the same time that it has a positive ROI from the initiation. We should not be wait to yield the ROI post the implementation. We evaluate the ROI before we actually propose the digitization to any organization. Deploy, execute, change management support. This is obvious. This is a normal project management, but as a GJ, we specialize as it because we do not leave the project post the implementation. We make sure that once we have, done everything, there should be proper training. There should be proper change management program that should be run to make sure that everyone adopt that change, and hence, once they adopt that change, then definitely it has a positive impact in the proper execution. Drive, build, continue the improvement, continuous improvement culture. So because we know, and in earlier slides as well, in earlier presentations as well, wherein we mentioned that business transformation is a journey. Likewise, continuous improvement culture has to be there when we want to make sure that our operations are successful. Even operations itself is a journey. It's not stop. It has to be evaluated, reevaluated, and improvise as we move forward. So with this, we come to the another section of the this presentation, wherein quickly touch base some tools and technology that is being used by the GJ in managing their entire framework. So let's move to the next slide. Okay, let's spend a couple of minutes on this slide and look at some of the enabling capabilities. Okay. Business process reengineering. So this is, we re-engineer the entire process. This is the framework that we have designed. We not only look at the process and process in a silos, or let's say only one component of the process. We look at the entire process chain, entire value chain, and then we try to figure out that how these process can be re-engineered, which can then create a value for the business. Data driven decision framework. So this is our methodology. Whenever we take a decision, we our decisions are based on the data and the records, and it is not based on the assumptions or some of the uh, previous action which has been taken by the organization. It has to be driven by the data. We make sure that wherever a process which is currently being managed manually, how we can able to build a kind of an RP or an AI based analytics to it's that RP will definitely eliminate all the manual steps, and then AI based analytics will help us to have the more data insights which can help us to do the predictability for the future. And definitely, our objective is that we have to have a model wherein we could assess the maturity of the process. So we'll do a kind of a deep stake wherein we find the maturity of the process before we regenerate. And then once we have regenerated the process, what is the process maturity? So it will help us to understand where we were and where we are going, where we are going to be in next couple of months, depending upon the transformation that we have introduced. So with this, we come to the end of this slide, but let's quickly have a look at some of the outcomes that a proper operation excellence will generate for the business. So that is in next slide. We'll quickly jump to the next slide then. Okay, let's quickly have a look at some of the measurable impact. Definitely, improvement in the productivity is in the range of 25 to 40% if we have the well synchronized operations in place. Second is 20 to 30% cost reduction through efficiency efficiency gains because our inefficiency will be done away. We will have there is no cost of rework, no cost of poor production. There is no cost of wherein we have to have multiple escalations coming from the customer. So our complaints got reduced, zero got reduced, and hence definitely it will have the direct impact on the efficiency. Improved process visibility and accountability. Everyone is clear that what they have to do, when they have to do, and they have the clear accountability. And then finally, faster time to market and enhance customer satisfaction. So, in an all, a good operations will have all these advantages accrue to it, and that definitely it will help the business to achieve the best if they have the best in operations. Now, let's quickly have a look at the next slide, then wherein we are showcasing that why clients should partner with GJ, what we bring on the table. Let's see, move to the next slide. Okay, now let's just have a look what we bring on the table. We bring deep domain expertise across industries because GJ management consultants have resources that have deep domain understanding, both in terms of the subject matter plus industry as well. So we have a team of chartered accountants who understand the finance process to its depth. We have people who have vast experience in multiple industries, whether it is FMCG, manufacturing, logistics, uh, banking, or financial services. So all these we have people who could able to do the deep stick at each and everything and then suggest best for that particular process. Proven playbook for scalable. So we already have some scalable, playbooks being made created by us, which can be scalable agnostically across the industries with some deviation specific to the industry nuances. But we do have a playbook that whereby we can say that this is something which we can give you, and you can use this playbook, plug in and play it, and then definitely you will have an advantage to it. But if you have specific scenarios, we'll address those scenarios separately. Hands-on approach, design plus execution plus sustainability. So this is our mantra. We believe that the proper execution for any kind of the strategy to implement is a key to the success, and we master this because our team has is considered of the people who have actually worked on the ground. They understand the system, they understand the process and technology. They are not someone who were at 60,000 feet level and look at the process from the 60,000 feet level and decide and say this can be done, this can be done. These are the people who know what can be done because they have done in the past and hence they have that vast experience with them. And finally, focus on the long-term operational maturity, not short-term fixes. This is our mantra that we should work on the long-term business engagement, not short-term fixes. With this, we have come to the end of this session. Let's quickly have final look at the last slide that we have, and then we will close this session. Okay, so this is the final slide. We are saying build the engine that drives your business forward. And what is required to do that? Operational excellence is the core of resilience and growth. Transformation is not project, it's a discipline. And GJ help organization embed excellence, not just implement it. So this is our philosophy, and with this, we have come to the end of this session. Hope this session has given you required information, and your understanding must have been enriched. And also, we could able to explain the GJ methodology and philosophy. So, request to the viewers, please subscribe to our channel because we post these kind of useful videos very often. I mean, as soon as you are able to digest this video, another video would be ready for you to consume. And subscribe this channel, like the video. Also, please share your comments. This is which we could able to address some of the key challenges that you have. And if you help us with your challenges, we'll 100% will come up with the solution to those problems. So thank you. Have a good day. Take care.